Hey everybody, Hellcrex here, and welcome to another episode of Mercenary Thoughts from the Inner. And today we're going to be talking about the Anvil, that 60-ton mech that usually goes with the hammer, which is, already. Well, it's a 583 mech, and this mech sounds just like a Shadowhawk. Interesting. But 5 tons more. Comes in with Indo steel. Has 12 double heat sinks, so it can dissipate a bit of heat. Has 152 points of armor. Wow, that sounds just like a Shadowhawk. And it carries around a large pulse laser in the right and left torso, a medium laser in the head and center torso, carries around ECM in the right torso, then it has jump jets in the right leg, left leg, and center torso. That's why it's a 583, just like a old Shadowhawk. Well, I just look at this mech and go, this mech is acting a lot like a Shadowhawk, but 5 tons more. Now, this mech has some severe problems when it comes to engaging other mechs at longer distances, because you got 2 weapon systems that takes up 14 tons and only shoots 10 hexes. So yeah, you're doing 18 points of damage and you're pretty much, stuck at short range. And sometimes I just wonder, would it have been better to give this mech like a PPC and take that 7 tons in the other one, leave it that way so it has a PPC or PPC and a large pulse laser and the 2 medium lasers, or run it around with a large, run it up with a ER-PPC, then take that other one, downgrade it to maybe a ER large laser and add 2 more medium lasers, so you got 4 medium lasers. There's just thoughts that go through my head that I've seen played with this before. Now, overall, this mech does have a problem when it comes into city fights, getting in close. So you got to basically get into someone's face before this mech is really starts working well, because it doesn't have any weapons that go past 10. So a lot of times when I've ever used one of these or face one across the table and I look at it and go, oh, okay, that thing's an Anvil. Is that the one? Okay, yeah, all right. And everybody just shoots at it, kills it, and it had never even got to fire a shot because it was dead before it ever got close enough to do anything. So that's the problem I've ever had with the Anvil. It's never been a mech that, that screams to me and says, hey, I gotta get one, because it doesn't. It's not a mech that actually I consider overly great on the battlefield, because it dies too easily because of, it could use some decent amount of armor increase, but here nor there. Now, there are a few different versions of this mech. You got the 3R, which removes the 3 jump jets and replaces it with 3 tons of armor. Okay, that's not bad. So if you took the 3R, got rid of the jump jets, which is just a 580, took the 3 tons, increased the armor by a good amount, and then you turn around and replace one of those large pulse lasers with an ER-PPC. Not a bad mech. I could get myself work around that. It's like at least I'm doing something at a decent range, so I can do some damage, doing some 10-point shots here and there, which more enough makes up for the lack of damage you're going to have for the other versions. Now, the 5M removes the large pulse lasers and gives it 2 ER large lasers and 2 medium lasers. So now you got 4 medium lasers and 2 ER large lasers. That's not bad. The 5N could be used, and it's got 2 more tons floating around here. I was like, where do they go? I'm just thinking, But I can see myself using that one to a pretty decent effect. All right. Or increasing the jump jets or something like that. There's thoughts that go through your head. Then you got the 5Q. This one increases the heat dissipating the heat better. It removes the ECM, which I'm never a fan of removing ECM because I'm always trying to figure out ways to put ECM on a mech. And then another half-ton armor. It's like, okay, you got a mech that's already running low on armor to begin with, and you take another half-ton off of it. No, I'm not a fan of doing that at all. If you're going to take the ECM off, at least put a ton and a half more armor on board. Okay, and this mech doesn't have a heat problem. All right, so if you fire the 2 large pulse lasers and the medium lasers, and then you jump 3, yeah, that's not really a heat problem in my book. You know, so you're, I'd have to say it's not really something that is a major problem, because if you're looking at that, you're going 29, so yeah, you can go up 5 on the heat scale. Okay, that can be a problem, but you can regulate your heat better with just by either firing medium laser or not, or if you jump or not. If you run, that's not a problem. And then we got the 6M, which is often paired with the 8M, which we'll talk about in a second. Removes 1 medium laser and replaces it with tag. Okay, so now you got a mech that's a 5.83 that can be used for going out there and shooting, helping out any support mechs that are running around with LRM. So that's not bad. Or if you got a mech, the 8M, which has the Arrow 4 system, that works. Okay. All right, so that's something to think about, which is, the 6M doesn't have a heat problem because it has 3 less it can produce in the first place. So, that's not bad. That's kind of not a bad modification. But still doesn't answer the fact that, you still got a mech that's running around with some very short-range stuff. When your tag system can range out farther than your main weapons, yeah, that's a problem. And then we got the 8M, which removes everything and puts on mask and an Arrow 4 system and 2 ER medium lasers, and it still has the Guardian ECM. So you basically got something that can shoot out there a good distance. Now, if I had access to my computer, my normal computer is dead, so if the sound on this is really bad, that's because I'm no longer able to use all my fun equipment to make these videos. So depending on how this one comes out, this could be a bad, or the end of the videos for a while. But anyway, the Arrow 4 system, I don't know if it has 1 ton or 2 tons of ammo on board. So yeah, that's one thing where, depending on how many shots you get, it's like an Arrow 4 system with only 5 shots, that's not really worth the tonnage in my book. Now, if you can fire it for 10 turns, yeah, that might be worth it. So I'm not exactly sure. So if somebody can put down below how many tons it has, I don't have access to that information right now. And I'm more inclined not to really look too much. But let me know, because I've never used that mech, so I have no experience with that one. I'm always thinking, we're better off with a catapult or something. Anyway, so that is the Anvil. It has some problems that can be fixed with a little bit of work. Changing out some weapon systems a little bit. I'd be more inclined, like I said, remove 1 large pulse laser and replace it with a PPC. At least you got something that can shoot out a good distance and do some better damage. All right, then and it can still shoot in somebody's face, for that matter. And if you get closer, then you can turn around and shut it down and engage with the large pulse laser and the medium lasers if you want to. So there you go. You got some options there if you want to go that route, or just replace it with a ER large laser and give it a couple tons more of armor. Now, there you go. Lots of options. Alright, so that's everything with the Anvil. If you like it or not, alright. Like and subscribe, share with your friends, and hopefully we'll see you in the next one. Hellcrex out.